Hello and welcome back to the Football Nation podcast, brings you the World Cup. Tonight we are going to be watching Brazil versus South Korea in the last 16 in the World Cup. I will be soon hopefully joined by my co-host, Crazy Boom. He's running a wee bit late, so I'll be guiding you through it just now. We will start with the teams. Brazil first. So in goal, we have got Alisson. In defence, we've got Danilo, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, Eder Militao. Midfield, we've got Casemiro, Lucas Paqueta. Midfield, and then we've got Rafinha, Neymar, and Vinicius Junior. And up front is Richarlison. For South Korea, we've got Kim Sung-yu. We have got Kim Moon-hwan. And we are now joined by Boom. I'm just going through the teams just now, Boom. Give me 2
Yes,
seconds.
I was just quickly finishing up my food.
No problem. We have got Min Jae Kim, Young Won, Jinsu Kim, Jason Lee, Ju Woo Young, Hwang In Biom, Hwang Hee Chan, Cho Gui Soon, and Son Young Min. So tonight, Boom, as you can see, I think I know who you'll be supporting. It's definitely going to be South Korea, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Big human Son fan. I'm a big fan of as the Italian commentators say, Kim.
So, what do you make of the Brazil lineup then? Neymar starting. What do you think?
Neymar it was always interesting. Like, he was missing for the last two group games.
Yep.
Because of the injury. It depends on how he's gotten over that injury. Is he going to be the Neymar that we know?
Yeah.
Or Neymar out of the game?
But it is interesting that they're playing Eder Militao at left back tonight, which is a bit of a strange one when they've not really played him at all. It's been mainly, who's the well, in fact, who was the left back?
They're playing pretty much the ones that they did. Danilo and Militao has been there.
Yeah. You might see Militao on the right hand side and Danilo on the left hand side, so that kind of makes more sense because I think Militao's right footed, and I think Danilo can play both sides.
It's usually Militao has been their right back for like most of the games, and except for Danilo was the right back in one of the games, and Sandro was the left back.
Yeah,
that's who they're missing. Is Alexandro was their usual left back.
Yeah, I think Sandro's not even on the bench tonight. I'm just kind of looking at the bench there.
And no, he is. He doesn't appear to be.
No, it must be injured. Yeah, he's injured. He's got a groin injury.
That was their usual left back, Alexandro.
Yeah.
And their backup in Tella's got very injured in the Cameroon game.
Yeah, he's got a knee injury. And so is Gabriel Jesus as well. But so do you think this go to extra time, or do you like the last game where we've seen Croatia win on penalties?
If it goes to extra time, that's a big credit to South Korea because I can see Brazil winning this in full time.
Yeah, I think it could be an interesting game for the neutral, I would say, because it's great to see actual Brazil like kind of up against a stiff opposition, how they can break them down, basically.
Although Spencer will be happy, but I honestly, based on the games that I watched, I don't know why Paqueta's still in the team.
Yeah, I don't get Paqueta. I don't rate him, and I'm not a big fan of Fred either. So,
but I've seen Fred do, in terms of Brazilian, he doesn't do much for United, but I have seen Fred do a lot more for Brazil than Paqueta has done.
Suppose
like Fred looks like an actual Brazilian now and again for Brazil.
Yeah, I think Paqueta offers that wee bit more going forward than Fred does. But still, you'd rather have your two teammates playing with each other, like kind of Fred and Casemiro. But Yeah, it is a strange one, but that's why these managers
because they don't really play Paqueta like most of the time. He's only really
Yeah.
started playing Brazil during the World Cup, so it's an
Yeah.
interesting. I don't think he's gelled as much with the rest of the Brazilians on the same wavelength yet.
Yeah, definitely. There we go. So,
Now, but you look at like ratings before that, like yeah, Paqueta overall is on a 6.85, whereas Fred is on a 6.87.
yeah, so there's not much between them. So, it'll be interesting to see what kind of what Richarlison comes out to play tonight. Is it going to be the one we've seen scoring that wonder goal, or is it going to be the Spurs one where he's not really done much for?
Or even the Switzerland one. The entire Brazil were kind of wasteful against Switzerland.
Yeah.
They created a lot of. I was watching that, but they were very wasteful until Casemiro scored that
Yeah.
deflected wonder goal, deflected off the player's ass.
But still, I think it was going in anyway.
Oh, it's a beautiful volley by him, but like it did take a slight deflection off the ass of a player to send it fully into the corner.
Yep. Oh, pardon me. But yes, so again, if you're just new to us, my name's Chris Watt, and I'm joined by my esteemed colleague Crazy Boom from the Football Nation podcast. We are live every Thursday night over on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter if you want to follow our socials. Please don't be afraid to ask us questions in the chat. Also,
and if anything changes on the Thursday Yokes, you will find that on our Twitter firsthand.
Exactly.
Any time changes.
Exactly. But getting back to tonight's game, so the teams are in the tunnel where Brazil are playing South Korea in the last 16 of the World Cup. I think this could be a very good game for the neutral. Like I said, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, because South Korea know they're up against the talent of Brazil. It's interesting how they will take this tactically.
Yeah.
It's a big test, I would say, on the 5 Kims.
But it's how Brazil.
And for example, Min Jae Kim very much in the transfer window.
I mean, so is the striker for South Korea, the Cho. He like we said in the previous team, he is linked with Celtic, Borussia Dortmund, and a host of other clubs. So I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this game tonight. It should be a very good game.
Yeah, because you're against if you're gonna be in the shopping window against a team like Brazil with their talent, is the best shopping window potential.
Exactly.
And the Brazil players will have the added effect of they will be playing for Pele, who's unfortunately in palliative care.
And here comes the teams. Brazil led out by Thiago Silva of Chelsea and...
Did you see that apparently Portugal's coach is not happy about the reaction of Ronaldo after he got substituted in the last game?
There's a surprise.
It adds back to South Korea because it was that game against South Korea.
Yeah. So, like I said, Thiago Silva leading out Brazil, Chelsea, and Sung Heung-min of Spurs leading out South Korea. It's now time for the national anthems. Thinking we're starting off with the Brazilians. It looks like the Brazilians outnumber the South Koreans in the stands, while they outnumber them on the pitch as well.
Very much the favourites of the World Cup on paper. If you look at their squad in Brazil, can they live up to it?
Yep.
In the business mark, as we are now, the business end of the tournament.
Neymar looking very, very confident, having a little laugh and joke with Eder Militao before the national anthem start. It's an interesting one with Rafinha starting as well, don't you think? And,
yeah. He's
But-
not had the best of time at Barca. I know Barca have
Yeah.
been winning, but he's not really impressed as much in the Barca setup as other players have.
The never aging Thiago Silva, still probably one of the best centre halves in the world.
Then you look at like the options to replace Rafinha's Anthony. He's not settled as much yet in this Brazil
Yeah.
squad either. He's a fairly new name, so like I said, it's a tough decision choosing a manager to choose between Allison and Ederson. There's a debate among
Exactly.
some, yeah. But it was an interesting going at Allison going into it, is considering Liverpool didn't have the greatest of start, though Allison didn't press in those bad performances. He was probably one of the standout performers for Liverpool in the
Yeah.
first half of the season. From the games that they've played, both Allison and Ederson have had this exact same rating as a 6.9.
See, the thing is that with Brazil, there's not that many shots on target from the opposing team, so they could be sitting chilling with the rest of the Samba crew and enjoying the game from there.
Whereas Ederson did actually have more saves to make because
Yeah.
Cameroon needed to win and Brazil did not.
Yep.
We have the national anthems being sung. There's son with his mask. Because of that surgery you have to have
Yeah.
coming into this.
A very innocuous challenge just before the World Cup kicked off for South Korea. But here we go. First half's coming up live.
We had two people dressed as devils in the ground
Mhm.
in the South Korea end.
I'm hoping for a big game here tonight from Neymar. I want to see Neymar kind of burst onto the scene. He's not really kind of shown what he's capable of. I mean, okay, you had that injury, but I want to see a big game from Neymar because,
Yeah.
like we said previously, he is carrying the nation on his back. So,
And this is with the age of Neymar, this could be his last World Cup too. Probably is, being 30.
he's still have another 4 years after him, depending.
But it's whether he wants to go in for another World Cup.
Exactly.
He's been hinting at maybe retiring more and more recently.
I think if Brazil win this, he'll retire from international football.
I think he's more on the concern that like he's been getting more injuries lately. That it might be time to.
Definitely.
No, that's the KFC ad that I mentioned many before.
Around the very unique stadium, the one that's been built out of container terminals. Container shipping crates.
Here's the Brazil team once again. Line up: Allison, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, experience back to the back partnership.
Yep, with the two fullbacks, Danilo and Militao. Midfield partnership of Paqueta and Casemiro.
Neymar in the number 10 position.
The front three is just finishes.
Richarlison, Rafinha, Vinicius Jr., and like I said, Neymar at the number 10 position.
And it's a Kim backline.
And Wang, Young, Hwang, Lee, Sun, and Cho.
Yeah, that's the boy that Celtic's been after Cho. Be interesting to see if Celtic get him, but I don't see him because of how well he's doing at this World Cup.
Did you see when we were talking group games earlier? You know the Senegal Ecuador game. Did you see that one dude that just was randomly in the dancing end of Senegal that just had to dance along?
Yes, and do you know where he was actually from?
Where
He was
I
from
don't know.
Scotland.
Fair play to him for
He
having a
was
dance with
he
him.
was in Scotland. He was from Scotland, so
But
yeah.
I just thought it was funny that he just randomly is there.
I've seen a lot of Scottish people being out there. I've seen a lot of
I've seen one Irish person. Our contribution is an Irishman just going up to French TV and saying "Je suis baguette" and walking away.
And we are underway. South Korea get us underway, and this first half of the last 16, where Brazil take on South Korea.
Winner plays Croatia.
Winner plays Croatia. I mean, how's Croatia going to be feeling after playing 120 minutes plus penalties? It's going to be a tough game for them, and there's almost an early chance there for Brazil. Good defended by Kim, one of them.
Kim did something.
Chance here for South Korea. Oh, he's offside. Tite, the coach, former Brazil player. I think it's his second time in charge of Brazil. But I think I could manage this Brazil team and get to the final because they're just so talented. Just absolutely talented players everywhere you can pick from. I mean, from backline to going right up top, it's outstanding.
Yeah, it's just. I think most people could just go in and just tell this team, yeah, play like Brazil.
Yeah, just play with flair, samba style, and go and enjoy yourself.
I reckon even Gareth Southgate could make.
I wouldn't go that far. Come on, I wouldn't go that far.
And he doesn't have to make decisions here.
Yeah.
Although he would probably try and find a way to ruin it, to be fair.
So yeah.
That being said, England give him a lifetime contract.
Yeah. So if you are just joining us, welcome along to the live watch along with myself, Chris Watt, and my colleague Crazy Boom. We are both from the Football Nation podcasts, and we are currently watching Brazil versus South Korea in the last 16 of the World Cup. It's been a kind of tepid start from both teams. A lot of high long balls getting put up to the strikers, but we've got Son Heung-min on the ball, easily dispossessed by Rafinha. Actually, Rafinha coming back and doing some defending makes a change.
Could be expected the possession stats point towards Brazil.
We've got Vinicius Jr. into Neymar, into Richarlison. Oh, Richarlison just couldn't keep hold of it. That's a handball. And we've got Eder Militao. High ball up to Vinicius Jr., who takes it down nicely on his chest. From one Real Madrid colleague to another. That was a wasted ball from Rafinha. Tries a wee bit of skill, controls it at the chest, flicks it up, and then pass it to absolutely nobody.
As you do. Here's the zoomed in face of Son.
With his Batman mask on.
Just got to make sure he's still there.
Yeah, because he has been posted missing a few times this campaign.
And he heads down there, gets tackled down, and the ref.
It's a offside flag against Human son.
Tried to control it, miscontrolled it, and then got tackled, but he was offside anyway. As Vinicius Jr. comes in, passes it in. Brazil doing their usual passing style. But they can't get the ball to Rafinha.
That should be a booking. He just dragged him down.
The referee is a bit lenient.
Yeah, but do you know? I've noticed that this tournament, the referees have been very lenient with some of the challenges. I mean, we've only had one red card. That was Wayne Hennessy for Wales.
We had another red card, but that was just because your man took off a shirt.
Yeah,
they got a second yellow. But
one
actual yellow red card, one actual red card.
Yeah, one straight red card. I mean, that's unusual. I mean, it's one of those ones you're like kind of. Are they been told to kind of try and keep a level players on the pitch, or what?
You have to ask yourself that.
Oh. There's been a lot of early offsides been so far for South Korea.
The French referee at this one, if anyone is the refs.
Is it Flory McCleley or something?
No, it's Clement Turpin.
Turpin. So it's early possession for Brazil so far, and it's they're not really doing much with it, but it's trying to bring Croatia out. Korea out of a kind of defensive shape.
Rafinha now on the ball.
Nice feet from Rafinha.
Went through. Nice bit of passing here from Rafinha's beating the Kim. Crosses it in. Vinicius here on the ball, and Vinicius scores.
Oh.
Very good goal by Vinicius then.
1-0 to the Brazilians. We have got an early goal so far. It is Brazil 1, South Korea 0. Goal scored by Vinicius Jr. A very good goal, wasn't it, Bim?
Yeah, it was a very good goal. One of the Kims did not get to that ball. In the build-up. Kim 5 is livid when it goes to halftime. As the Brazilians all dance their Brazilian flick. Rafinha, Paqueta, Neymar,
and Vinicius.
And the goal scorer all doing a dance. That's his second goal for Brazil and the first at the World Cup.
That was nice feat by Rafinha. He obviously didn't learn that. At Leeds. No offense, Leeds fans.
But you see, like, bad time by that Kim. Didn't get there at all.
It's a very good finish. It's a very, very good finish, that.
But poor defensive from South Korea.
Yeah, definitely. Got all dragged to the ball.
There's nothing they can do with Vinicius' shot, but they could have done many times to stop it getting to Vinicius.
I mean, that's what Korea didn't want to do, is concede an early goal.
Especially against a team like Brazil, because then you need to come out, definitely. And that's what Brazil would like more.
But now we've got an early goal. It's something for Brazil to either hold on to or build upon. You expect them to build upon it, don't you?
I was going to say, you think with Brazil, they would want to go for a few more, make a statement in the knockouts.
Yeah.
Because they've not really had like a full-on... They've had great goals that they've scored, but they've not really put someone to as a statement.
Very much so.
There was a 2-0 or 1-0, and then they lost the last. What they'll probably be looking for is to get that like 4 or something, then 0.
It's a free kick foul on Neymar, who's literally the most foul player at this World Cup. That's just
fair play to him. He didn't do many rolls there.
I mean, it was his first challenge. I mean,
Mm.
he needs to warm up so far.
He's not in the rolling mentality yet, you know.
So I think it's Neymar. It's over the ball with Rafinha.
Neymar doing a little nod like he knows what should be happening there. Goes all the way back to Alisson. Interesting, because Brazil are like a team where they can just go from like their own box to instantly getting a shot and you're going
Yeah.
like 2 seconds.
Neymar takes one, pass one, getting held there. Vinicius Junior.
Oh,
That's a penalty.
a penalty has been given to Brazil. What did I say earlier about they would want a statement? They may have their chance in this game to make one.
Yeah. It's probably. I think it is a penalty. Oh no!
But the thing is, like, once it's given, will VAR it? One of those ones. Once the ref gives it, you don't see VAR usually overturning a ref's
Yeah.
decision to give a pen like that, because it's not a clear and obvious error of that.
Surprisingly, it's not Neymar that's taking the penalty. Oh, yeah, it is.
It was someone else picking up, but he decided, here you go, Neymar, you can take it. Will Neymar do his very long run up? He has been known to take a bit of a time to take a penalty.
Is it as bad as Paul Pogba's though?
It's not as bad as Paul Pogba, but he has been known to take his time.
So this early on could be game setting match. And hello, Munzie again. How are we? Welcome to the show. You're just joining us. It is currently 1-0 to Brazil, and we've got a penalty for Brazil, which Neymar is about to take. He's got his Ireland shirt on.
I have had an Ireland shirt on the podcast before.
So it's Neymar versus Kim. Number 1. Neymar starts his run up.
He's doing his 1.5 run up.
I just puts it past him. 2-0 Brazil. Neymar and Vinicius Junior.
The Brazilians do that little dance again.
A long way back for South Korea now, isn't it?
I've always loved Brazil, Munzie. I don't know what you're on about.
Part team supporters.
I have always loved Brazil and Spain. They're my two. I love Spain because I go to Spain every year. Nearly every year at all. Every second year at least. So I try and fit in Spain. Like I have a bunch of Spanish shops, so I try and fit in Spain.
Munzie, which one?
Which Kim? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep in mind, Kim 5 was bad at defending and let the ball get to Vinicius. Oh, never Wales.
Now, I think this game could be game, set, and match after 13 minutes.
Listen, we don't bring up Wales here, Munzie.
We don't have the Welsh. But yes, it could. I mean, the thing is, of course, supporting the home nations, even though we're not there. We're not there. Scotland top in the Euros.
Isle flag in the background.
It's got the famous. I'm only joking. It's got the famous one each 0-0 draw on the back with England on there. So yeah. So I was going to put another top on, but that way I just couldn't be bothered changing because I was literally on half an hour ago, and then to get something quick to eat.
I just so happened to have bought the Brazil away shirt before the World Cup started, so I was like, I might as well put it on. Although for Spain, I would just have my Spanish cap I bought 2 years ago. To be honest with you,
yeah,
didn't buy.
Oh, I forgot to put the banner up. Boom. I forgot to put the banner back up.
In my mind, for supporting stuff, so for me, it's Ireland first, then Spain, then Brazil.
I'm all Scotland. I do like the Argentinians, but just because I'm Messi, but I've not really got any other kind of allegiances to anyone other than anyone but England.
I just like, from being able to say, I watched the Euros that Spain won in Spain.
Yeah,
I was around there.
But yes, so far, let's say 60 minutes gone. It's Brazil 2, Korea 0. Or South Korea 0. South Korea on the attack. Take a show. Good save by Allison. Hwang Hee-chan of, I think is he still at Wolves?
I think he is.
Good shot.
He's still at Wolves.
It's a very good shot. Good save by Allison.
Allison, good save next to the banner of Pele.
It's a wild shot by Hwang. Yeah, that would be actually quite good. Monday. That would actually be
wrestling good. I remember growing up, I was a big wrestling fan as a kid.
I've started getting back into it since Triple H has got back into doing the actual casting now. So it's
the days of the Batista and Edge, you know.
Past the Kim, he passed the Kim, then passed the Kim, and then crosses the Kim, and Kim has scored. Oh, my back. But yeah, I mean,
Batista before he became an actor.
Yeah,
like most wrestlers, they eventually just get into normal acting. All of them.
I mean,
like John Cena is appearing in like nearly everything these days.
Yeah, no. They were currently on the ball. Goes past Lee. Past
Nowadays, you have like in wrestling, you have Logan Paul that just joined.
Yeah, I don't mind the wrestling. I don't mind the wrestling. Monday.
I said Monday. I was a big fan when I was young. I think I have picked one or two. I have watched one or two recent ones because I did see the headline fight where Logan Paul went through the table and broke his ACL.
Oh, burping, Monday. I'm drinking a nice cold refreshment, shall we say. Oh, I'm not young. I'm anything but young.
Today I'm on the water.
I'm on the
I'm on the alcohol again tomorrow, but today is the water.
I've heard of MJF. Yes, he is the best trash talker in AEW.
You gotta love a bit of trash talking, though.
Yes, you do.
That's what sells the wrestling as a whole. Like, if there was no trash talk, it would not be as entertaining.
Exactly. Very much so. And he's learning off one of the best as well. He's learning off of William Regal as well at AEW. We've got Neymar into Vinicius Jr. Got to go wide, and that's not a free kick. Korea play nice some nice football there. That's a nice. I got to get his on.
Oh, okay, Granddad.
Casemiro with his normal breaking up the play. As a unlucky. If that got through to Richarlison, all he needed to do was kind of flick out there, and that would have been Vinicius Jr. was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
You got to give credit to South Korea. They've not given up since going 2-0 down. They're still very much trying.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have asked the question, Munzie. It's a question that upsets everyone. You know, I've known people that said I'm old, and I'm only 24. I'm like, what do people nowadays think is young?
I mean, I'll be 34 and...
Well, that's what I'm saying, Chris. What do the kids these days think is young?
I know. I'll be 34 in May. But I'll remember these all when I'm live on Sky Sports News. I'll remember these times when I'm currently sitting at my desk and watching Brazil versus
only
Korea.
big things in the future.
Only big things in the future, exactly. 1980s. I was born in 89. So I'm a late 80s child. Oft. Oh, this dummy by Casemiro. Oh, sorry, Paqueta, should I say? But
I was born in 98.
Excuse me. I just literally threw up in my mouth there. But
I hate when a lot of people these days can say that they were born in 2000s. When you hear that, you're just like,
yeah, I'm done.
God.
Yeah, I'm done. So, boom, 21 minutes in. What are we thinking so far?
Brazil are now in cruise control, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
South Korea desperately need a goal to try and spark some fear back into this.
I mean, I think if South Korea can get the next goal, then they can make a game.
I'm saying it'll put more fear into Brazil again. Like I said, right now they're in no fear whatsoever. They can just do what they usually do and just pass it around nicely now.
I think see with Brazil, I mean, we kind of touched upon this on in the earlier stream that if Brazil get maybe 2, 3, 4 goals up ahead, come into maybe the last half an hour, they'll just swap out virtually their whole front line and give like Neymar.
Which is what we said you don't want if you're like now Croatia.
Exactly.
You just have to play 120 minutes plus penalties.
That's a raking ball from Militao out to Vinicius Jr. Slips
and he keeps it in.
Casemiro, why is he not catching it?
No,
that's why I hate the goalkeepers nowadays. Yeah, I hate goalkeepers that don't catch a ball. Take the pressure off you. Take the pressure.
You see them a lot these days where keepers will just punch it. It's a sign of a keeper not confident.
Yep. Take the pressure off your back line. Because if you're punching it, and if it doesn't go out of play, or it doesn't go to one of your players, you're just getting pressure after wave after wave after wave.
I find that's when a keeper is like very nervous. They punch it, rather than catching it.
But I've noticed
someone in his mind that doesn't want to look like an idiot if he drops it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot more European style goalkeepers doing that more often nowadays. But like kind of South Americans or like kind of British kind of goalkeepers, they they tend to come and catch it unless it is like kind of an uncatchable ball. Then they just try and get a bit of contact on it.
I think with the England the keeper in the English leagues, they just get peppered so much that like if you kick it out to like if you punch it out to let's say you're playing against Man City, they'll come back to bite you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I'll be back in 2 little seconds.
The standout performer at the moment is Vinicius Junior in the L stats. The player with the worst rating is the keeper, Kim 1, which is more than likely just down to not saving a penalty. That comes down to just the keeper stats.
Back again. Oh, Neymar on the attack.
I read somewhere that Neymar has told the Korean players that he will sign all their jerseys if they don't foul him.
If they don't foul him.
Yeah. If they don't foul him, the man does not want another injury. It'll be interesting to see if anyone takes him up on that offer. Well, we were talking earlier about English getting cocky a bit with like winning and stuff. I did see a quote from Gary Neville saying, I don't think we've got the best right back in the world, but in terms of physicality, pace, and experience, I couldn't think of anyone better to match Kylian Mbappe than Kyle Walker.
What? That makes no sense.
Direct Gary Neville quote.
But it's Gary Neville. He's a bit dim, Gary Neville.
Yeah.
Neymar trying to skin the referee. But here we go. Corner for Brazil, taken by the number 10, Mr. Neymar.
Well, yeah, if you believe Gary Neville. Yeah, apparently Kyle Walker is the perfect player to stop Kylian Mbappe.
I don't think anyone can stop Mbappe. I don't think even Reece James will be able to stop Mbappe, even if he's fit. I just think Mbappe's playing some of the best football he's ever have done, and he's carrying that friend.
And Mbappe's on form. I don't think there's anyone can beat.
Yeah,
you can only beat Mbappe when he's not at his best. Like United have against PSG, but that PSG team at those times were not in the best kind of mind. This is the goal here. Beautiful passing in the box by Brazil. And we see the Brazilian Richarlison rather than the Spurs one.
Oh, wow.
Nicely.
Wow.
Another goal for Richarlison in this tournament. He has now moved himself on to 3 goals, like a lot of people.
Oh, what a goal that was.
His 3rd goal of the competition, Richarlison. And once again, the Brazilian players do their little dance. They very much love this dance. It goes back to what I said earlier. Brazil are now looking to make this a statement game. And he joined about a half a dozen people now with 3 goals. Now the manager's getting involved.
The manager's getting involved.
He decided to give the subs and the manager a bit of the dance. Like a Richarlison, he's inclusive.
I want to see us goal again. Let's go.
A couple of keepy uppies from Richarlison in the beginning of this move. And a beautiful control by him to pass it off to.
That was Marquinhos who played.
Yeah.
Was that Thiago Silva or was that Casemiro? Thiago Silva.
It was Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva got the assist. It was a centre back. It was a forward to a centre back to a centre back to the forward.
Vamos. Outstanding. This could get a bit messy. This is going to be messy now, I think.
And we're thinking, like, if you're Brazil, like we said, they can now, with this up, if it stays like this to half time, they can make a few changes in the second half.
Yeah.
And if you're South Korea, 3-0 down is not where you want to be to turn this around.
Oh, that was just silky. Booming header from Thiago Silva as per normal. But again, guys, if you're just joining us on the live watch along, welcome along. Again, my name's Chris Watt. I am one of the hosts on the Football Nation podcast. I am joined by my esteemed colleague, Crazy Boom. He is another one of the hosts. Yes, on the Football Nation, on the Football Nation podcast.
And we thank you for choosing us as your place for everything football.
Exactly. We got some exciting things coming in the near not too distant future, which we are looking forward to bringing you, and that is a chat. Oh, I was unlucky. Hwang Hee-chan again. He's looked the most dangerous for South Korea, to be fair.
Yeah, he's not had the best of seasons. Like Wolves as a whole have not had.
Yeah, Wolves have not had
any
season. Yep.
Which, if we're talking about Wolves, it's disappointing from an Ireland perspective too, because our most promising centre back is with them, Nathan Collins, and Wolves' season has not been the great. So it's not. Also, it's our most promising goalkeeper with Southampton has not had the best. So it's not really.
It's not a good thing
for Ireland at the moment for our players' developments. For them both to be in essentially a relegation battle at this point.
Yep. Neymar into Paqueta to Rafinha. Neymar again. He's just. If you notice, Neymar he's doing what Messi does and kind of just doesn't. He's not running as much. He's kind of more like walking pace kind of thing. Always assessing where the space is. I mean, he's always got maybe one or two players around him, but he's still but pop.
He doesn't want to gas himself out instantly and like be a hindrance to his team.
Exactly, especially coming back after an ankle injury. You don't know how much that ankle is actually healed.
Yeah, because have you seen images of that ankle? That was rolling the tail.
He is again. Picked up a nice space out wide.
Vinicius.
Oh.
Ball out to Rafinha.
Paqueta, Casemiro. Nah.
I mean, he tried.
Yeah. God loves a trial. But again, if you look at it, there's a lot of players for Brazil that this could be, like we said earlier on, this could be their last World Cup. Likes of Casemiro, likes of Thiago Silva, likes of Marquinhos, Danilo. Who else we got? I think that's mainly actually. There's only maybe a handful, but they're still churning them out. Like you said, we've got Ante still coming through. You've got Bruno Guimaraes coming through as well. Only
You
thing,
could also
only
say Alexandro at 31.
yeah,
This might be his last
Alexandro
World
as well.
Cup
Yeah,
too.
but if you think on it, they've not their centre half. I mean, they've got Militao. They don't have another.
Fabinho is 29, so you'd be pushing.
Probably say him one more
Yeah.
campaign after this one.
Danny Alves, I'm not sure why
Aye.
he's even there still, but yeah,
Exactly.
at 39, he's definitely not in the next one. Otherwise, they'll have to have Walker Zimmerman as a Zimmer frame for him.
Good ball. Ball's out of play.
But you could see in the next one players like Anthony and stuff be more of like
more prominent.
involved.
Yeah.
And like Gabriel Martinelli, more of it developed by then.
Jesus as well. We still got.
And the likes of Rodrigo, 21 years of age, he'd be more developed by then, you would hope.
Yep. So the celebrations again.
And Bruno Guimaraes is like
25.
Yeah. He still has at least one more in him.
Maybe two, depending on if he keeps himself fit.
As Brazil, nice chip there.
Oh,
and another goal.
Lucas Paqueta.
And he's doing his own dance. He's not waiting for the dance of everyone. A long way back for Korea now. Now there's the proper dance. Paqueta tried to do his own dance. But they said, no, you're doing our dance. You have a proper dance here, lads.
It's just the samba style just came out.
Paqueta's first goal at the World Cup. He's going back to his old dance. His solo dance. He ain't stopping it. It goes back. I will go back to my Brazil want to make a statement.
Yeah.
They've not had, whereas everyone else has had one, every other teams that we have favorites had one statement in the group stage. Brazil have not had a statement yet. This looks like this is where Brazil's put the market down and saying, we are Brazil, fear us. This is what I think Brazil are using this game for.
Yep. Poor South Korea.
Exactly, because you had it with like England did it against Iran, Spain did it to Costa Rica. How was it?
Yeah.
The one statement. France chose their one against Australia, beating them 4-1.
4-1, yeah. We kind of did say this regarding about Brazil. The pace could hurt South Korea. They've just got so much going forward. The movement of, like we said, Neymar, the movement of Paqueta there. Vinicius Junior, once he gets in full flight, it's hard to beat.
And we said previewing Spain, Brazil going into this, they have a very experienced defense. Like,
yep.
Extremely. So you're not going to get past them like conventional means because I've seen it all.
Exactly. I mean, we've got
defenders.
two Champions League winners. Sorry, 3 Champions League winners. If you count Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, and Eder Militao in that defence. Multiple French Cup winners, French League winners, and Marquinhos and Thiago Silva as well. Then goalkeeper, you've got Alisson, Champions League winner, Alisson, league winner with Liverpool as well. Man, you've got Ederson sitting on the bench,
and Thiago Silva, captain of Brazil, who was also captain of Chelsea.
Yeah, and PSG as well. South Korea on the attack. Oh, that could be a penalty. Oh.
Referee says no.
Nah, no pen.
No.
Nah. Just runs into him.
Neymar school of screaming, though.
Yeah. God loves a trier.
I mean, if you're Japan, you would kind of at this point try and go for like the fouls and maybe try and get a penalty.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you might as well try the as I call it, the Atletico Madrid way. It's what João Felix is trying to get away from. Signed by crazy money to Atletico Madrid and thought he was going to do something, then found out that Atletico Madrid don't like attacking.
Yeah. Can I feel sorry for João Felix?
He's a very young, talented, like forward that has kind of wasted like a bit of his development.
Yeah.
And really, for him, he needs to go to a team that will attack and develop him as that striker that he wants to be.
Yep. I mean, even the wasted passes are still going to each other.
Mm. Going into halftime, what do you do if you're Saka? Damage limitation, or do you try and go? That's a big question for them at this point.
Pray.
You do that too, but as your manager,
Pray.
you need to. As a manager, you need to try to do damage limitation or try to get a goal for pride.
Definitely. I mean, again, we've not seen Son in this game at all. He's been non-existent.
Exactly.
I don't know why he's holding his face. He got hit in the chest.
So I'm saying it's more like I said, it's the you got more the Atletico Madrid way as well.
Yeah.
Casemiro getting a quick water break.
I don't know how these Brazilian players are sweating because they've done nothing apart from score 4 goals. Three minutes at half time. I don't expect there to be much added on for this first half. It's been very, very few breaks.
It's been mostly just Brazil attacking. The breaks, the breaks in play were only for Brazil's dance moves.
Yeah. And the goalkeeper picked the ball at the back of the net.
Mm. So the longest thing was Paqueta because he decided to do about 3 dances rather than the usual just one.
Richarlison.
I mean, it could get worse for Korea in the second half.
Oh,
because they could eventually get completely shut on by the fact that in the second half they might bring on Anthony and he'll just do 360 spins on them. The ultimate it'll just be 360.
Definitely.
We didn't have to wait long for as the last one for a yellow card. And the last one we didn't get yellow cards till the end of 90 minutes. We got a yellow card in the first half this time.
That's a wasted ball. That's probably the first wasted ball we've seen from Brazil all night.
Yeah, but at this point, being 4-0 up, you can afford to.
Yeah, definitely.
play like the risky kind of vibes.
Yeah, apart from the shot from Kwang Hee Chan, there's been nothing for South Korea at all.
Mm. Be interesting to see what kind of changes the South Korean manager makes.
I'm again, it could be more interesting to see what Brazil.
Brazil could be in here.
Oh, good save.
South Korea just do enough to stop it from being 5-0 at halftime.
Oh, bless me. And again, oh.
Five minutes of added on time. The referee hates South Korea. The referee is obviously not a fan of Korea. So pile on their misery by another 5 minutes.
Don't know if that's a shot or a cross. By pick it out of there.
Mm. And they're in again, Brazil. Oh. It was a good ball by Vinicius, but Rafinha couldn't get a foot to it.
Yeah, just too high. I don't know why it doesn't go with his head.
Yeah, it tries to go for the tapping in the net, but doesn't. Being 4-0 up, it'd be interesting to see if they thinks about Croatia now.
I think that's probably in the back of his mind, but
it depends on how early he makes substitutions.
Yeah,
how quickly he's thinking about Croatia.
Oh, unlucky Neymar. But as well, I mean, if you're Tite as well, you want to say, right, how much time do I give Neymar on the pitch?
Yeah.
Especially coming back from his ankle injury. I mean, almost.
Yeah, it was a beautiful chance by Neymar. Yeah. It's completely opposite of the last two games of Brazil, which were kind of boring of a match. Brazil have really turned it on in this one.
Very much so.
I've said this, Chris, before, but the goals seem to be saved for you in most of these.
Yeah, looks like it.
Off Brazil game, I had to wait till like the 80-something minute for Casemiro to do something.
What games that we had? We had the England game and
the England game
and the Wales game as well. One each with USA.
No, Jono gets the ball. The games are boring. We had the 0-0 with the USA and
in England,
which I enjoyed because England weren't winning.
Yep, very much so. Oh, chance.
I think it's like Brazilians defenders, they've got the height with Jones.
Yeah.
You very rarely beat Marquinhos and Thiago Silva in there.
Very much so. It's a foul. I thought the Charleston should have hit this a lot earlier. I think that would take us up to half time, I believe.
Yeah, the referee's gonna blow it in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's nice. Half time. Brazil 4, South Korea 0. Boom. What's your overall opinion on the first half there?
Brazil are very good. That's the only opinion that I can have. We knew that going into it, but they never really, like I said, had that statement in the game. England have had one, Spain have had one. It very much looks like the game now that Brazil are trying to put that statement. We're in the knockouts now. No one will want to play Brazil if they put another few past South Korea.
It'll be interesting to see, like we said, just on comms there, regarding about how TT kind of manages the game. Does he bring off Neymar? Does he bring off Richarlison? Bring on Anthony or bring on Martinelli to kind of give them a wee bit more.
After already having injuries for Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. You need to kind of manage the game a wee bit better, I think. Maybe give Thiago Silva maybe a rest or something like that, just kind of freshen up. But yeah, TT's got that kind of option now that he can rotate slightly. I mean, okay, you can only get 5 subs, but still 5 key players.
Yeah, you'd even take off Casemiro for Fabinho. You're not really changing too much of the dynamic.
Bring on Gomares or some of that for Paqueta.
You wouldn't be changing too much of the dynamic with just those kind of.
Yeah, definitely. But that's what we said. We said this at the start of the stream as well. This is the worst night. This is the worst nightmare for Croatia now, because Brazil can now change up the key players, give them a full more of a rest.
Where they played 120 minutes and are knackered.
Yep, plus penalties. So,
I was always the danger when you go to halftime where you were probably, those two teams earlier probably thought, dear God, we face Brazil in the next round.
Yep.
In the back of their heads before this game even kicked off. They'd be thinking that. No offense to say. South Korea could have done something, but everyone would have Brazil going through in this game. And it's turned out that way.
But see, the thing is, like you just kind of said there as well, nobody want to play Brazil in this kind of form.
Is Brazil before that? You would look at Brazil results and go maybe they're not as good as what everyone's, because they haven't blown anyone away yet in the games. They just got their points that they needed.
Yep.
But this one very much looks like the game that they want to show that they can blow out an opponent away if they really need to. Neymar looks like he's up for this game.
Yeah. The thing is with Neymar, what can I say this? I maybe say he gets to about 60th minute, then he thinks, right, take off Neymar.
Yeah, because he'll be using this more to get Neymar back up to match fitness as well.
Yeah.
It depends on where you want to.
But it's an interesting game so far for Brazil, at least. Oh, shit.
Not the phone, Chris.
Yeah. But, again, I keep on saying this, but again, if your guys are new here and you just joined us, welcome along. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Crazy Boom. We are both from the Football Nation podcast. Thank you very much for choosing our stream tonight, and thank you very much for choosing your home of football as well. We are the Football Nation, where we will be bringing you live coverage of every game. Well, maybe not every game. Majority of the games, right?
Every game that we can.
Yes, every game that we can up until the final of the World Cup. And then we might have a few surprises coming in the not too distant future. So keep your eyes out on our socials on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Also, we do have a podcast on Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere else you can get your podcasts. We go live every Thursday night, unless they're subject to change. We normally go live at 8 o'clock.
And if there's any subject to change, you will find that on our Twitter, where we tweet pretty regularly about stuff.
But so going back to tonight's game, Boom, so Brazil, just phenomenal, just absolutely obliterated South Korea in the first half. I mean, we're seeing the goals back again. Vinicius Jr. I mean, see when you look at it again, it's actually a difficult finish. He's got to get around 5 players virtually.
That's what I'm saying. The way he shoots that, no, you're not saving that. But it was bad defending before it got to Vinicius.
All the players kind of run on top of the ball, but there was no continuity between the defence. But take nothing away from the goal, and then the penalty we've just seen as well. I would say it's a soft penalty, but when the referee gives it, you're not going to turn it over.
Yeah, because it's not one of them like that you could say, ref, you made a mistake, because there is contact there once the ref gives it.
We can see the contact there. The young kicks the bottom of Richarlison's foot. Neymar steps up and Jorginho puts it just like Jorginho does, just passes it into the back of the net.
And he sticks his tongue out and waves his hands.
Yes. And then what can you say about the third goal from Richarlison? It's just absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Beautiful movement from Marquinhos.
I mean,
after like about 5 keepy uppies.
Bang. It's a one touch pass. It's a one touch triangle passing. I mean,
you see like a bunch of keepy uppies from Richarlison in the beginning. Yeah. Then he just pawns it off to Marquinhos. He runs into the box. Marquinhos gives it to Thiago Silva. Just a beautiful pass back into the already running towards goal Richarlison at that point. The moment Richarlison gives it to Marquinhos, Richarlison is already running towards the net, regardless of whether someone passes it to him or not. And now we're seeing the dance with the manager again. Roy Keane probably doesn't like that part, to be fair to him.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, we can see him shaking his head just now. He's like, what is going on? What is going on?
Yeah, that's not a Roy Keane type of...
I wouldn't see Roy Keane doing that when he was a Sunderland manager.
He wouldn't have done that when he was the Ireland assistant coach, I tell you. Any of the Irish players tried to do that, he'd sub them off.
And then this goal here, it's just something else. The chip from Vinicius Jr. here thinks over 4 players. Paqueta runs onto it. The pace is already on the ball. This is but that's the kind of thing that West Ham have been missing as well. Those kind of runs. You've not seen that from Paqueta when he's been a West Ham.
You can see, as much as Roy Keane doesn't like the dancing and stuff, you could tell by that this Brazil team are very close, bonded together.
Yeah, 100%. But the 3 goals that they've scored out with the penalty, it's just been written in Brazilian colours. The samba's coming flowing right through it. It's outstanding.
Yeah, Brazil are fully playing like a Brazil you'd expect.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But I expect more of the same from Brazil in the second half. But I think with with the thought of Friday now against Croatia, the TT might think, right, I'm going to bring off some players, get some of the players who maybe not got that much game time in them, get him some game time just in case I needed upon on Friday. I'd maybe take Neymar off because he's back from an injury, but the options are plenty for TT. But
Although, did you notice the lighting in the stadium is going mad at that?
Yes, the light show.
Speaking of other games, Poland, Matty Cash, inside
yes,
there for Poland. He's actually heading home with both Mbappe's shirt and Messi's shirt.
I did see that on his story today. That is, he's done not bad.
As much as Poland crashed out, you would take coming back with arguably two of the best player in the world with Messi and one of the best up and coming players in Mbappe. Having those two shirts.
Yep. We're watching. I'm just kind of thinking back to that Richarlison goal. That's probably team goal of the tournament so far. Just the kind of passing and movement. It was just outstanding.
It does a question for what do you think is the standout player of the tournament so far?
Oh, Mbappe. He's been between Mbappe and Messi. I would say Mbappe and Messi. Messi is carrying the nation of Argentina on his back, and has done for the number of years that he has been. I said that was his 100th appearance there as captain of Argentina.
Yeah, this time at least the Argentinian squad is more capable of surviving longer without him than
previous.
It was just Messi versus. At least now he has somewhat of a defense that can actually defend.
But I think, probably Messi and Neymar. What about yourself?
Mbappe, like you said. His goals in the other one.
Yeah.
Are friends. Well, yeah, I would put it down to Messi. I've seen more of Messi in this tournament than I have seen in previous tournaments for him. So I think he's definitely treating this World Cup like he's serious because this could be his last one. So I feel like he's treating it like that. I need to give it my all.
I think, but the thing is, like we said in the previous game, it could be Brazil versus Argentina in the semi-finals.
Exactly. It'll be for who wants their potentially final World Cup, Neymar versus Messi, two PSG players and ex-Barca men that are quite good friends.
Exactly. But it's going to be interesting next couple of games. Very interesting.
Exactly. Especially when we get to the quarterfinals, you're going to see which teams definitely want to in those games want to win it.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the big games is England versus France in that, but
yeah, unfortunately.
The French will not want to lose because they are the holders of the World Cup.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens with England.
And you have Louis van Gaal versus Messi.
To be fair, the Dutch were my dark horses of the tournament.
Can the Dutch ruin the Messi song?
Yeah.
And then we also have like tomorrow's game, Portugal, Switzerland in the round of 16. That's an interesting game because there are some players in Switzerland.
Okay.
And Portugal, Ronaldo, Bruno, Cancelo. And then you have Spain with their problem. Where Spain, you very much, apart from Costa Rica, you do see that they are desperate in need of how to score, other than Costa Rica.
Yeah. And here we go. Second half just kicking off now. Brazil to get us underway.
Obviously, we'll see whether there's damage limitation from a Zakaria perspective.
Yeah. It's almost a goal straight away from Brazil there. Rafinha this time.
Zakaria have made 2 substitutions in the second half.
We'll have it.
Yeah. They've taken off one of the Kims. Kim Jong-soo is off, and he's put on Hong Chul. And the midfielder Young Woo Young is off for Sun Jun Ho.
So we've got another Son on the thumb on the pitch.
And the fullback Kim that didn't defend well for the first goal was the Kim that was taken off. So it says everything there. The Kim that didn't close down Rafinha properly.
Yeah.
And the midfielder that was taken off was the one that got the yellow card.
It's a massive chance for Son there.
So the Zakaria manager has changed it around a bit. He's made these, whereas Brazil have not made any changes yet. It'll be interesting to see when the Brazilian manager thinks to maybe
change up a little bit. Yeah.
We said, like, when does he fully start thinking about Croatia?
Oh, that's unlucky. It's a good save by Alisson. Marquinhos out to Eder Militao. It looks like
a bit of a stat for you. In the last 60 years, only one other team scored 4 goals in a match in the first half of a World Cup knockout stage.
Nice.
And that team was Germany in their 7-1 against Brazil.
Oh. And in Brazil, wasn't it?
Yep.
I remember watching that game in sheer disbelief.
In 2014.
Yeah, I was in the pub and watching it while I was working. I was literally stood there watching it on the television. I could not believe what I was seeing at the time. I was like, "What on earth?"
And Brazil have scored more goals in the first half against South Korea than their entire group stage.
Uh-huh.
And Vinicius Jr. is the youngest Brazilian to score at a World Cup knockout stage since Ronaldinho.
some nice facts there about him. But I'll be interested to see how South Korea approach this second half. Are they just going to? I mean, they've got nothing to lose. They may as well just go for it. You know, I think.
Yeah, it's like I said. Do they try and, for a bit of pride, we scored 1 goal, or do they try and just do, damn it, limitation? Let's not lose by 7.
That's a nice turn by Casemiro. Finds Rafinha with a lovely pass.
So that's what at this point. Do we try and show a bit of pride, or do we try and say, let's not be Costa Rica?
That was a waste from Rafinha. Oh, there he is.
Still not on his phone. At least he's decided to watch the game. Doesn't look very happy today, though.
He never looks happy.
Did he have money on separate?
Obviously, with him being ex-UEFA, he'd be wanting a UEFA. I think he'd be wanting a UEFA country to win it.
He looks like a man that I know certain people that bet on Japan winning against Croatia. That are not happy.
Just Japan, because that's what I was saying to my dad earlier on. It didn't look like South Korea Japan knew how to take penalties. The penalties were very, very poor.
Only one of them actually looked like he was taking penalties before.
And that's the guy who scored.
At that point, you got to look at whether he was fair enough to play is a different question, but you got to look at taking off your Celtic striker.
Yeah, Maida. Yeah.
God, I feel like he would have scored a penalty.
Probably, yeah. Nice ball around the corner. It's easy for Militao. Oh, there's some. Oh, Jesus Christ! There's some legends. Ronaldo, Cafu, Roberto Carlos, and Rivaldo.
And you have your man in the background, not interested in the game on his phone. Which I'm not sure that you could go to a Brazilian game and be distracted by your phone. It doesn't seem like things that would actually go hand in hand.
But Rafinha versus Jin Hwang Hee-chan. You wonder if Hwang being still at Wolves, do you think he's trying to play himself into the shop building though, see if he can get another move, or
it's interesting to think, do you have faith in whether he has faith or not in the man coming in Lopetegui,
yeah.
He's a big challenge, Lopetegui, to turn that around.
Massive challenge.
For a man that said no to the job originally and then eventually came back and accepted it.
Yeah, it's probably, let's say, money talks.
Let's talk eventually, but it tells you everything when you originally say no. And then when you publicly said no because they made a statement saying that they were sticking with their caretaker manager till the end of the season.
Yeah.
Tells you everything on what that manager was thinking going into the. It's a big job because they're not defending particularly well and they're not scoring a lot, Wolves.
I thought that ball was away a minute ago, but obviously it wasn't.
It's really Neves that's scoring for Wolves. It's just him.
Yeah.
And their emergency backup striker Costa has not really done that well.
That's been a waste of money.
Former Chelsea man, a very angry man, as we saw with his red card.
Thiago Silva still. He just makes the game look
Although,
so easy, doesn't he?
He does. He's a very good defender. But as like with Costa, like I did think his announcement videos from when they actually got proper wolves.
I will. He even said he was scared.
Yeah. I mean, I would be terrified.
Yeah, 100%.
But just put like real wolves next to you and say, stand right next to them.
But no, thank
It's like
you.
I get terrified when you see people just hanging out with like actual lions.
Yeah.
And they're all buddy with them. I would not.
Nope.
Someone offered me to sit next to a lion, I would just tell them to get lost.
100%. 100%, dude.
And someone goes like, oh, but they're friendly, huh? I bet they are. I still ain't going.
I could be friendly with someone else.
They might be friendly to you, but I enjoy my head where it is. Well, still not another roll from Neymar. Doing pretty well there. Just went down. He's learned. He learned he can get free kicks and not roll about 50 times.
Yep. Now, who hits this? Did Neymar, Casemiro, or Rafinha?
It depends on what kind of ball they want in the box. You would think usually Neymar, but if they want like it to go a certain angle, might be a Rafinha.
Yeah, might do. Is it a bit too far out for him, or is it just on the cusp of his range?
What did they want to? They wanted to go for the shot.
Yeah.
Or Rafinha. If they wanted to create the pass, he would go in with Neymar to chip it over the wall. Through a runner.
It took the massive deflection as well.
Mm. They were trying to go for the shot and go with Rafinha. Well, you put it down to it now where you could have like the potential, like that's going to be a cracking game if the table fall right and Argentina beat the Netherlands and Brazil beat Croatia.
Yeah.
If that happens, that potential semi-final Argentina versus Brazil. Ooh.
There could be a lot of red cards in that game.
Exactly. Like I said, that's the Copa America final in the World Cup.
Yeah. In a way, it would be a shame for that to be that to be the semi-final. You'd rather have that to be the final, but
exactly. But the way both teams have gone in the brackets,
that is the way
they could have been the final if one of them finished second in their group, but they both wanted to.
That is the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid.
But then again, if Brazil finished second in their group, they would have been playing Portugal.
Yeah.
In the round of 16. Which almost actually happened. Switzerland scored another goal in that final day.
Yep.
That's Ronaldo's dream final. Brazil versus Portugal.
He
said that going into the World Cup, he was asked about who he wants in the final. He said he wants Brazil. He said he texts Casemiro saying he wants to play him in the final.
I mean, Casimir's like, who are you? I don't even know you anymore.
And this was before there was a free agent.
Yeah.
Now, if Ronaldo texts, you go like, sorry, wrong number.
Yep.
Casemiro's going to text back, new phone, who this?
Oh, what's the keeper doing? It's kind of dulled down. I listened to it a little bit. The flair,
Yeah.
there's not much happening in the second half. I mean, we've had a few chances for Brazil, but had that one chance for Son in the first couple of minutes of the second. But it's just the game's kind of died in a little bit. Which you kind of,
It kind of happen when you're 4-0 up, you know.
Yeah.
I love the way, like, if you look at the games on Google, they have that win probability. I love the way they have it a 99.7% chance Brazil win. So South Korea, 0.1% chance of coming back to win this. I would take those odds.
I'm a better man. I would bet against anything.
A 0.2 chance that you draw.
So we're into the final half an hour of this game. Currently Brazil 4, Korea 0. But Korea on the attack there, cleared by Marquinhos, the Brazilian centre-half. It's been the Brazilian centre-halves have had not really much work to do. But when it has happened, they've kind of dealt with it kind of easily. But I think we might start to see some changes for the Brazilians, I would say, with, like we said before, Croatia in mind on Friday night. Here comes Neymar, though. Neymar into Rafinha. Good save by the keeper.
I saw that there's a fan that went up to Jude Bellingham after the game and asked him, come to Real Madrid. He was sitting right next to Henderson, and Henderson said, no, not Real Madrid. And then the fan said, yeah, you lost in that final. You're a bit...
Dani Alves coming on for Eder Militao.
And Jude Bellingham's answer to that question is, we'll see. Didn't want to say yes or no.
Here comes the grand statesman of Dani Alves, age 39.
Doesn't need a walking stick yet, that man. He's fine. A walking stick of football. He's not in the retirement home just yet.
These Brazilians, I mean, they keep themselves in good shape. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They can play, like, I mean, we see it, like, obviously with Thiago Silva, they can play to like 40 at least. Richarlison. Don't know if he's getting a foul.
After he gives the free kick with...
Oh, he stands on his foot.
Like him going down with a stand on the foot. And the second half, we don't have the back five of Kims in the second half.
Yeah.
Replace one of the Kims. We just have 4 Kims now. Doesn't have the same ring to it, the 4 Kims, as the 5 Kims. We have Kim, and Chul now. Chul just had to ruin the back 5 of Kims.
Oh, Thiago, just too easy for him.
He goes down though and a little nibble.
Yeah. Oh, right at the top of the foot.
Mm.
That's a sore one.
Substitute here for Korea. Piak on for Hwang. They've now replaced their two midfielders.
Dani Alves, first root touch the ball, and he looks like he's offside.
He possibly is. But he tries to pass
Yes.
it. Yeah, he is.
See, I've said this maybe a minute, but I don't think I've said it on here. I think one of these days, one of these players are going to get a really bad injury because of how late the flags go up.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get a really bad injury.
See, they're told to wait until the decision is made whether they mess it up and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think when you know 100% that they're
either offside, you flag straight up, just put your flag up. Because like I said,
if you can tell that he's 20 miles off, because sometimes you can tell when they're like 20 miles offside. Like, don't do it if it's like very narrow and you're not quite sure. But
if say for instance they're offsides and one of the defenders comes back and could break his leg, for instance, they're putting the players' lives in, putting the players' games, the players' careers in jeopardy. It could be a bad injury. Oh Jesus! Alisson giving the Brazilian centre halves a nightmare there.
I'll give you the exact quote from Roy Keane about the dancing of Brazil. I can't believe what I'm watching. I've never seen so much dance. It's like watching Strictly.
Neymar got nutmegged. He won't like that. I'm surprised that Neymar's still on the pitch. 67 minutes in.
But obviously the manager's trying to give him as much as possible to get
possible game time. Oh, what a save. And again.
Although the Roy Keane is the one that said Senegal's dancing supporters and with their drums was very annoying to him.
He finds anything annoying.
Roy Keane just likes getting on with football. He's not about like what you have nowadays, people like overly celebrating their goals. You come from an era where you scored the goal and then you bring the ball back and you try and score another. If any player, if you want to impress Roy Keane, I know the secret. Celebrate with a dog. He has every time in the world for dogs.
Oh, yes.
That's the one time Roy Keane would care about you, is if you have a dog. It's the only way you're getting a selfie off Roy Keane, too.
Yeah.
Roy Keane also thinks that maybe dancing after every goal is a bit disrespectful.
it's the way the Brazilians have always been. They always do that
Yeah.
anyway. So
And he 100% didn't like the manager getting involved. As we saw when we zoomed to he was shaking his head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like you come from the perspective like Roy Keane came from an era of Irish football where we were just hack it in and we maybe get you in from a set piece. And we defend. We weren't really fully up celebrating back then.
Yeah. Oh, some changes afoot.
Sure, if you were from
Martinelli.
the Brazilian.
Yeah, is that Bremer?
I think so. If you're coming from like a Brazilian perspective, with the talent that they have, you would kind of be that like dancing and stuff. Kind of like when you play school football, like you would take the piss and dance.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. So we've still got currently it's 20 minutes to go. It's currently Brazil 4, Korea 0. Not really much has happened. A few half chances for Korea in the last couple of minutes, to be fair. But Brazil still comfortable. You would say?
Yeah, Brazil know that they pretty much the game was over at halftime.
Yeah.
Now Fred's warming up.
Like
Fred, Rodrigo, Bruno Guimaraes were three of the people warming up at least. The two substitutes though are Bremer and Martinelli. For Danilo.
That's an interesting one.
Bremer for Danilo.
Yeah.
And Martinelli for Vinicius Jr.
Again,
Neymar still on the pitch.
Yeah, so just about to say, you wonder if Neymar will get a full 90 then.
Perhaps he can, I think, stop the game one more time.
Yeah.
Brazilian man. They're allowed a few stoppages.
Yeah, because I've already made one sub, so
yeah.
So
I think they have one more time that they could.
And then they could bring on two more players because that's it. They'll be the 5.
Yeah. Depends on what he decides to do for those 2 subs and if he decides to go for them.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how Martinelli comes back after the World Cup for Arsenal. How fit is he going to be? But the thing is, he's not really played much game time, has he, for Brazil? So he could relatively
for Arsenal as a whole, how fit will their players?
Yeah,
because they were high flying. I've always argued that I don't think they have the bench yet for a full on season time. They've been very good, but I don't think they have the full bench to keep this going.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's what they need to do for their perspective for January transfer window. Start getting people on the bench that you can bring on to change the game. Because when you look at City, who usually challenge with them, they have a bench that could play against most teams.
Exactly.
And still win.
No substitution. BJ Sue. Lee coming off.
Liverpool had that, but like some of their players have left, so now they're using some of them. So they have a more youth now that they're trying to bring into it, which is not ready yet.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at teams like United, we need to finish our starting 11 first because we're not fully, and before we start talking about bench.
Exactly.
And in Chelsea's perspective, you're starting a new rebuild yourselves at them.
Again.
It's going to take a bit before he gets the player he's once in that.
Yeah, that team. Chance for South Korea. No. Son. Nope. Again, he's been poor. He's been poor again, Son.
Exactly, like we put him up earlier when we were talking about potential flops of the World Cup.
Son's been very, very poor.
You'd have to consider maybe coming into this World Cup on the back of that surgery.
Yeah, the injury. Yeah.
Maybe it was too quick of a turnaround for him. I can understand why Korea brought him because he is their
leader, their captain.
Superstar.
So, yeah.
But you'd wonder if the World Cup came at it like a bad time for him personally.
Yeah, probably.
We can see if he does something here. Free kick to Korea. Can they get at least a bit of pride, you know? Because all you want now is a Korea. If you can get a goal, bit of pride.
Yeah, definitely.
It bounces back out.
Oh,
rocket into the net. What a potential goal of the tournament, that if you think about it.
Fucking hell.
You could put that up there in goal of the tournament because that was a rocket.
Whoa!
Where was this, Korea?
Jesus, what a goal.
Like I said, Chris, wouldn't you agree that could be goal of the tournament right there?
It could very well be. Oh, no, is he offside?
But that is a beautiful finish.
Oh,
sit down and rocket into that. Allison was getting nowhere to
absolutely. Oh, it takes a deflection.
Which is why it goes Allison getting nowhere for that. It's a rocket into it. And then he tried, but there was no way anyone was saving that.
Yeah. Are they giving it? Yep, they have. Goal stands.
Well, then, will that have scared Brazil into waking up a bit more?
Yeah, they've been very poor in the second half. I wouldn't say poor, but they've been quite
taken
lethargic.
They've taken the foot off the pedal after going.
Yeah. Me.
They very much saw in this Brazil as that they were 4-0 games done. They can just take it a bit more easy. As we were saying this in the second half, that if South Korea can get a goal, they might scare Brazil slightly into waking up. And it even might give South Korea themselves a little bit of confidence. As much as you've still conceded 4 goals, getting a goal could boost the morale slightly to have some bit of a push to try and get more. Because sometimes it just takes you scoring once to basically say, we can get at these.
Yeah. Again, it's put again the build up for Brazil again. They're like you said, they have taken the foot off the gas.
You think maybe Brazil need a change in midfield?
I think they need a change. They need something. They need a wee extra spark.
I think their midfield is giving the ball away a bit too much at the moment.
Yeah.
Very
much so. I mean, Neymar's barely getting above walking pace now.
No, and the midfield can't seem to find the attackers at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, look at that, given away by Casemiro.
That's what I said. Like, you could argue maybe giving Casemiro a rest and like bring on Fabinho, you wouldn't really be losing too much. It would still be the same
Yeah.
stability.
So another chance there for Korea, and he's just offside. But it's another warning. It's another warning shot from Korea. That was his last action of the game.
Show has come off.
Yep.
And Hwang Yu.
And what the hell?
Talk about taking the foot off the pedal. They're putting on their third choice goalkeeper, Brazil. And they've taken off Neymar for Rodrigo.
What?
But they put on their third choice goalkeeper, Weverton. A very surprising choice to put on the third choice.
Yeah.
And leaving that midfield as it is on the pitch. At this moment in time.
Well, he lasted 30 more minutes than I thought he was going to do. Or say 20 more minutes than I thought he was going to do, Neymar.
Well, I put on Weverton, goalkeeper for Palmeiras.
That's I suppose getting him game time, but I don't. In a way, I think it's taking a bit of a piss a little bit.
You don't see many people subbing their keepers.
Oh,
nervy there for Korea.
Very much so. I remember, when Celtic played Barcelona, when they won 2-1, it was Xavi and Dani Alves at the halfway line. So one of them was at the halfway line, one was at the byline, just pinging shots, like take control of the chest and pinging it back out to them. Was that just watching it? I'm like, how are they just doing that? Just hit it for fun. There was literally they controlled it, pinged it, controlled it, pinged it. I was like,
you might want to change the ticker to 4-1.
Oh Jesus, I forgot.
Yeah, I just saw the straight in. I only just noticed that myself when I pinged the cross.
Who was it scored the goal for Korea?
I will look that up now for you. It was Seung Ho.
Seung-ho.
SEUNG-HO.
You calling a hole?
I'm calling that man out.
Who you calling a hole?
And then, as we know, Paqueta scored the fourth goal.
Yeah, we've got that one.
Brazil.
I'll done it again. Fucking idiot, Chris.
And zooming in on Neymar and Fred on the bench.
Oh, it's been a long day.
And we've had some good games this time.
We have.
We're seeing the ball speed.
89 miles an hour. Look, 89 kilometers an hour. Jesus.
1.6 on the spin rate.
There was not much spin on it. That's for sure.
And they are kind of massaging Neymar's for taking the brace off it.
Yeah,
letting some air on the previously injured foot. We'll go back to it. It's very interesting subbing your goalkeeper for your third choice.
Yeah.
You don't see many teams
Well,
in the World Cup playing their third choice goalkeeper for 10
well,
minutes.
well. I've got a theory why he's done it. Because if you don't play any game time, you don't get a medal at the
Yeah,
end. So that's maybe why they've put him on.
that he's trying to get every single
Yeah,
player
every single
in game
player
time.
at game time so they can get a medal if they win it.
Because Weverton is the only player that has not played yet
Yeah.
in this Brazil squad.
So in a way, it's a bit nicey, but at the end of the day, you're like kind of right.
In the game, it's kind of a piss. If you're South
Yeah.
Korea, you think it's disrespectful. That
Yeah,
kind of-
100%. You're a bit taking the piss there, but it is what it is. But
it now means that every single Brazil player at the World Cup has played a game.
Yep. So we're into the final 5 minutes, and there's a mistake. Oh, keeper gets away with it. Keeper gets away with it.
The defender comes in clutch.
Yeah.
Brazil have gotten a bit more control and they calmed themselves down a bit.
Coolly back to the keeper. So who's your man of the match then? Boom. 5 minutes to go.
My man of the match is probably Vinicius. I think he's been the most standout player that I saw, Vinicius Jr.
And there's one of our proud partners, FM Hub. We are doing well. How's yourself? Hope all is well in Football Manager land.
And if you're watching the game, I hope you're enjoying the game.
Exactly.
It's been a very interesting game. You can't take nothing away from Korea. They've at least come away with something.
Yeah, they've won the second half. They've won the second half so far. I mean, that goal, like we said, is a worldie. But yeah, it is a good game. So yes, so the goal that Korea scored, the worldie, it was an absolute perler, from the who was it? We said it was
Sung Ho.
Sung Ho, yeah, Sung Ho. Absolute rocket. Alisson had no chance. And if you missed it as well, the third choice goalkeeper is now on for Brazil, Weverton, who is Palmeiras' number one, I think. And
Yeah, he is Palmeiras' number one. And it means that Brazil have now given minutes to every single player in their squad as they call up to the World Cup.
So yeah, it's been a good game.
Which, like we said, it's good. It shows like that Tiete is thinking of every player. He wants them all to get a medal. But if you're coming from a South Korea perspective, you might think it's a bit disrespectful to now the third choice.
Yeah,
come on the
definitely.
field.
Chance here, and it's away by the centre back. Yeah, it is up. It is FM. It's up. But the thing is, yeah, because I think that's what we're kind of saying as well. If Brazil go, Jesus, like unlucky Dani Alves. If Brazil do go on and win the World Cup, that means everyone gets a medal because I have played game time. So yeah, this was unlucky.
It's a nice touch, and you would think, being you scored 4 goals, this would be probably the only game he could possibly bring on the third to us. And it not be a problem for him.
So coming up to the 90th. Oh, unlucky. Come up to the 90th
Two headers
minute now.
back to back for Brazil that just didn't. Rafinha's given out to the fourth official. Sad enough.
It comes with the goalkeeper's hands. Should be another corner.
It's why Rafinha was given out to the
the linesman. Yeah.
the linesman there.
Yeah, it's been a good game for Brazil for the Brazilian. It's been a good game for the neutral as well. I would say it has been a very entertaining game. Just a shame that the game was kind of over at half time. But here we go. Chance for it's a waste. Absolute waste.
Brazil just hit pretty much a 4-0 up. The second half was mainly Brazil took the foot off the gas.
I mean, Hwang Hee-chan, he had that shot in the first half. He's done really nothing much.
In the beginning of the second half, Brazil were trying to. They tried to score for I would say about 5 minutes at the beginning of the second half. Brazil were creating chances and trying to score, but then ever since those 5 minutes are up, they kind of just took it easy.
Yeah. Yes, we are. I've got my croissants, my baguettes, and my French beer in the fridge.
I'll have you know, I have quite a affinity for France, to be honest. I did French at school as a language. Bonjour, j'aime la France. But
yes, I will be wearing my France top, even though I think it'll be a hard game for both teams, but I do expect France to win. They're just too good. That defense is too good. Mbappe's outstanding. Griezmann's been brilliant as well. Giroud's just gorgeous.
And Giroud has been more of a goal scorer this one than he has been in any other World Cup.
Yep. Definitely.
So much so, Milan are giving him a contract extension.
To be fair, he kind of deserves it.
Yeah, he does deserve it. But I'm saying it's pretty much back on his form of the World Cup. They're giving him another contract.
Yeah. So we're into 4 minutes of added on time.
They've added less time added on this time than there was in the first. There's 1 extra minute in the first half.
Richarlison on the run down the left hand side. Game's kind of petering out a little bit.
And both teams are pretty much settling for the 4-1 scoreline.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, so the Football Nation podcast's man of the match goes to what number was it? Number 20, Vinicius Jr. So congratulations to Vinicius Jr. winning that prestigious man of the match award. Where he'll get a fish supper and a bottle of Coke for his troubles.
He might get a pint if we ever meet. He might get a pint.
But yes,
he's paying for it too because he has the money for it. He's paying for the pint.
But yes, Vinicius Jr. has been brilliant this season for Real Madrid and for Brazil in the World Cup so far. It has been outstanding. But
and he scored that goal against Liverpool in the final.
Yep.
Obviously.
So, Boom, what's your overall kind of facts about this game? What do you think? Do you think Brazil can go all the way, or do you think it was a bit of a
Brazil have potential to go the other way? I think they need to, for their own sake, they need to stop taking the foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
The further you go up to when you start having to play the likes of maybe Argentina, as we think about it, the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But even Croatia, I don't think you're going to get away with taking your foot off the pedal against Croatia are a tricky side to get goals past.
And there we go. It is full time here in Qatar. It is 4-1 to Brazil with goals from Vinicius Jr., Neymar, Richarlison, and Lucas Paqueta, with a consolation goal from Wan Ho for Korea. And we kind of said at the start, it was kind of Neymar carrying the nation on his back again. And sadly, Son is going home crying. So, but it's been a spirited.
They're having a beautiful banner being held up that they're going to for Pele.
Yeah, Pele. Yeah,
it's a nice message from them.
100%. Hope our thoughts from Football Nation go out to Pele. Hope everything's okay. I hope everything gets better with him soon. I know it's a bit of it's not the greatest
situation that he's in currently, but we hopefully that he can pull through, keep fighting.
Definitely.
And Brazil very much are doing this in these performances in honor of Pele.
Yeah. So
and then my own coverage of it is a different thing. They're even doing the team photo with said banner.
Yeah.
Which is a nice touch from them.
Boom. Right, what's your overall opinion of tonight's game then? Do you think it was, like I said, easy street for Brazil, or do you think there's more to come from this Brazilian team?
I think there still could be more, because I do think they could have scored more.
Yeah.
And I will never shush at any time to bring up Liverpool losing a Champions League final. I'll bring it up
every time. But
because I was in Spain at that, so I got to celebrate with the Spanish with that.
But yes, it has been a good day for football. Maybe not for the Asian teams. Both teams going out at the last round of 16.
Gourmet's anime-only quarterfinal did not turn out to be.
Exactly. The power of anime failed both teams. But it is...
We have one side of the bracket filled out now as the Netherlands versus Argentina in one quarterfinals and Croatia versus Brazil in the other.
So tomorrow it is Morocco versus Spain and Portugal
versus Switzerland.
Two interesting games. You expect Spain to beat Morocco, but the Portugal-Switzerland game could be an interesting game.
Switzerland is a tricky team to beat.
Yeah, that could be an interesting game tomorrow. Are we doing coverage on it tomorrow or no?
I think it depended on you. You were at the time you didn't know if you were.
Oh, if I'm going to be around
available that day.
Let me just double check.
I think that depended on.
I think I am available.
I think Gourmet put that down as a question mark for you to get back on whether you.
Well, Gourmet, if you're out there, yes, I can do tomorrow. I'll just mention.
We'll put it in chat afterwards.
Yeah, put it in chat. Yeah.
I think at the time during our meeting we put that down as a question mark.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'll be around tomorrow. Get my appearance fee.
So we'll probably have the appearance fee ready. If we have the appearance fee ready, we will bring you Portugal versus Switzerland. We said no to Morocco anyway because Chris doesn't like Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah, plus I'm working tomorrow morning.
Even if he wasn't, he said he doesn't like Hakim Ziyech.
Yes, don't like Hakim Ziyech. So, sorry, Spanish fans. Yes, tomorrow Hobby should be on from 6:45. Build up, 50 minutes build up for. In fact, we might actually come on. I might actually be able to come on at 6:30. Tomorrow, kind of round up of today's games again and the afternoon game where Hakim Ziyech hopefully gets punted back out of the World Cup. But
we'll be able to see if people steal Ronaldo's goals again.
But boom, where can we find you on the socials?
Crazy Boom double underscore on both Twitter and Twitch, and Boompool on YouTube.
Perfect. You can also find me, Chris Watt on Twitch, Chris Watt 89 and Chris underscore Watt 89. Also, you can find me on the Sports Social with the Sports Capital tomorrow, and you'll also catch me on here on Thursdays as well. So thank you very much for tuning in, and see you tomorrow.